Alright everyone, how's it going? And welcome to episode 2 of the Trading the 1 Million Coin series here on my channel today. Last episode we left off just hitting above 25,000 coins, get us off to a pretty good start. And you can see here, this is literally just where I ended off. I went back in and started bidding on more silvers, going for different leagues, Championship, Super League, Pro League, Eredivisie, all the main ones that you can get good silvers for. And without showing any details obviously, but you know what I'm doing from last episode, it's the same sort of thing over and over again. We're going to make 10k already, there's been a few sales, so some still ready to go, as you can see there. Sold 36 out of a full trade pile, still waiting to go. And something else I want to show you that you can do sometimes as well, if you want to specifically trade with the rare cards, as sometimes you get lucky and you get an SBC during market matchups or during any promos like Team Season right now, you may find a few, but you do sometimes get the odd SBC that requires silver players and rare players, so that's the way to make coins if you're pretty patient with the sales. I'm not at this stage, but I'm just showing you what way you can line up just to find your silvers. The exact same way pretty much, we just add silver rare to the search parameters. I just get these and list them up straight away, but obviously if you want to hold on for a bit, sell them when they're worth a lot more, you can do so. It's completely up to you, depending on how much time and how much effort you want to put in. I want the coins as fast as possible compared to slightly slower, but a lot more, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we do list up what we'll win there and sell them on. You can see 72 things out of the 100 I've sold on, bring us up to 70,000 coins. So that's just how effective that can be. You can see some of the prices that the players are selling for there, which is exactly what I mean. I was a few are still going for 500, but you can see quite a few are just under $1,000, which is very nice profit. And you can see here, I've still got 10 things that I just won there. And because the coins raw, I don't actually list them all up. I start the second stage of this Silver League SBC trading method, which we'll get stuck into right away. I go ahead and list up all the players except for the league that I have chosen to run this method off to start off with, which is the Turkish Super League. So I keep those players. Basically what I mean by that is we're going to be taking all the players that will win on bid for a certain league and start completing the league SBCs as we go along for very, very cheap. So you just want to pick one of the leagues, maybe have a league that you're finding a lot of success bidding on. Again, it's just the league SBCs that aren't the top 5 essentially. So any of others that you can complete with the silver players pretty consistently, you want to pick one of those. So like the Championship, the Pro League, the Eredivisie, MLS, any of the likes of those. I've just gone specifically for the Turkish League this time. I just got to keep up the theme from last episode, which is where I started bidding on, which was the Turkish Super League. But yeah, I'm keeping those players that are after the list up. And you're probably wondering how am I going to complete League FCs? I only have like a handful of players. That's where this stage comes in, and we go back into the transfer search, and this time we'll filter out just the league we want, pretty much like we have been doing. But instead of sort of switching between, I'm just going to go until I fill my transfer targets, put it in fast forward. You can see me bidding on every single one pretty much. I always start with the lowest bid I can put on them. You would have seen there also, like I mentioned last episode, if you go on the next page and back or whatever, the transfer search will almost refresh. So page 1 flew up the minutes very quick. On the page 2, we're back in the 2-minute zone with a lot of the rares showing up, which seems a bit weird. Sometimes the rares don't show up straight away, which is why I can add the filter in just to do rare. Switch between whatever way you prefer, whichever way you find more successful really. But as you can see, I'm just finding loads of players to bid on every single one that I see until I get to notice that our transfer targets is completely full, as you've seen there. I'm going to skip through some time where you can see that we actually won 39 items out of the 50 we bidded on, which is a pretty good return rate, you know. When we actually assigned them, we've got 9 duplicates already. Because we're on low coins, I do decide to list up whatever duplicates I can find just to unlock more coins, if you know what I mean, to bid into more players. If you have more coins though, which we'll probably see later on in this episode, this is me doing an example of it, you can hold on to the duplicates and keep them until you complete teams, and then once you complete those teams, the duplicates from the teams you submitted will just now get added to new items that you can just add back in your club and recycle them essentially. I know that sounds a little bit confusing now, but we'll get into things very soon. You can see, got a few nice sales, but we spent almost every coin, went down to 5k, on Turkish League players. You can see we've actually got 44 duplicates in that one screen, which actually isn't all of them. The way it just sorts them, you'll have a lot more. Just some players get more priority if they're not dupes already, but there's still probably players in there that aren't duplicates as well that we just can't get to yet, which is a testament to how many players I've got here. Don't make much sense when it's said there, but maybe if you've ever gone unassigned before players for, I don't know, Team of Season right now, for example, with rare players and stuff, you might know what I mean, where sometimes you get a full page of duplicates of one player or a bunch of players, and you've got new players that you don't already have in your club that you just can't get to yet. That's pretty much what's going on there. But I go in here and start the SBCs. So obviously I go into the Turkish League, you go into whatever league you chose. Just remember, not the top 5. You'll never have success with that. They're ridiculously priced, and obviously you need a lot of gold players for that, which will make this part of it obviously very much so less effective. But yeah, you can see what I'll do exactly with this first team. I'll line the score here. just add all the Alliance Sport players I've got in my club already from those bids, add them in, and then the way that works is they only need 5 players from Alliance Sport. I can just fill out the rest of the squad with pretty much bronze players that I can buy on the market. Sometimes though they are a bit expensive, so I'll show you what you can do to counter that very soon as well. But you can see we complete that team. I scroll through all the prices of what they costed me. Very cheap, and for completing that one, it is an untradeable pack, but it is a small prime gold players pack. And the good thing about this is, obviously it's very annoying that there's untradeable packs for the League SBCs. As we go in to complete our second team here in Sport, pretty much same idea. But the way some of the packs are untradeable, it does make them look kind of a bit cheaper, but you have to remember that half of the packs you get from them are also tradable. So you want to try and make your coins back just from the packs you get that are tradable from this, and sell on duplicates, because you obviously double your coins pretty much on duplicates alone. But if you know what I mean, because half of them are tradable, you can sell half of those ones. But the untradable packs, you can do something that will be less effective for me in this series because I'm purely trading. But if you're doing this in your main account, you can get some decent untradable players out to your team. Like as we're during team of the season, get some like good team of the season players to improve your team, or even just high rated players that you can use as fodder for SBCs. It's a very good method for that. So while you're making coins on the side, which mind you is a lot of coins, which you'll see in the coming episodes, as we get this method fully up and running, you will see me getting all the untradable packs, which will get some players in, which as I just say will come in handy for fodder and stuff like that for any of you that are doing it on your main accounts, which is very nice indeed. After completing those 2 teams, I was actually quite low in coins, as you would have seen earlier. I took my bidding down to just about 5k, which maybe you shouldn't do, but it's pretty easy to get your money back. I just went through my duplicate pile and sort of looked for the ones that I could see clearly that had more than 1 duplicate of, which basically just allows me to list up the extras and have 1 duplicate left so I can complete the team and put them back into the club. You don't have to do this though, you can list up every single duplicate you get. It just depends what way you want to spread your coins. Do you want to get more profit from duplicate items that you can sell on, or do you want to keep recycling the players in your club and completing the teams for cheap? You can experiment that if you like. No limits to this, you can do it as many times as you want. And with the last few coins I had, I actually went in and started bidding on bronze players as well for the Super League. This is just because sometimes you will be completing teams that need players from the rest of the league, because you would have seen there for the first 2 clubs in the Turkish League, they both only need 5 pretty much players of the club they are. But because of that, some of the bronze players do come in at about 300-400 coins for the positions you need. Most of the time they'll be very cheap, but the way to counter it is just go in, bid bronze players, 150 coins, you pretty much win most of them. Sometimes if they're a player, maybe a rare player or whatever, and they're slightly competitive and needed for teams, you won't win them. But if you do, it's a win-win. And you can easily sell duplicates for these ones as well for double your coins, but I just pretty much use them and just literally stick them in the SBC, be done with them. That just makes things a bit more easy when you're actually completing teams themselves. And yet, I'm not going to show you the price to pay for every single team, but you can pretty much see who's for a price and getting these raw players and winning on bid. Maybe completing it with 1 or 2 players that buy off the market. And yeah, same thing, just a few seals on the transfer list there. It's only 1 really, but it brings back up to 550. But you can see here, as we go back in the unassigned, we're starting to free up more spots in our club, just bringing more non-duplicates to the front, which you can store in. Some obviously for the clubs we just completed, but you can see right there, only 2 of the players have already used. Galatasaray, the Başakşehir, and the Konyaspor player we didn't have and haven't used yet. I'm going to list up a few more players just to free up some more spots, but you can see we've got a few more seals here to bring us up to 7k. Quite a few players sold on just because, you know, they're the ones that I had more than 1 dupe of. Some players I had like 5 different copies of. It's just profit, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're back in, completing a few more teams here. Just flash through all of them. You see we're fairly making our way through with the little coins we have left, which is a very good sign. I'm actually missing out the main 4 teams in Turkish League at the minute. What I mean by the main teams of the league is the ones that are mostly gold players, which are a little bit more expensive. Başakşehir here, Besiktas, Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. So I leave them to the end just because they do need a little bit more coinage to go into. But that's okay. And you see as I flick through to the end of those teams, I've got a few more teams here to complete, which are they more expensive for. And this time I will go through the prices. You can see that they are a bit more expensive. Still very cheap. But just to complete the team, you do need a few more players that are a bit pricey, if you know what I mean. Same with Besiktas here. Listing up a few more players just to free up some space. And you get a few more coins in to complete the team. I list up quite a few this time. It's not all of them, but it's most of them. And that's just because I want to complete one sort of round trip of the League SBC. Just so we can see what we get from the packs pretty much. And show you how effective it can be. Obviously, if you have more coins and a lot more duplicates, you can just keep recycling the league over and over again. It's quite a fun process. You can get yourself 100 packs, which is very nice indeed. But yeah, complete Fenerbahce as well there. Leading us up to Galatasaray, which is the very last team of our first run through. And bang, we complete it. We get 22 packs to open, which includes the 7 81 plus rare player pack. So it's actually a pretty decent pack for completing it. It's like a 50k pack pretty much, just over half of one though. But it's cut out a lot of the useless crap you would usually get. I've actually got a few packs here that I completely forgot I had, which is just from the Let's Get Started SBC. You know, the one that unlocks your SBC tab, because obviously it's a new club. We haven't done that yet. I'm actually opening up the 2 player pack from it, and we got a team this season. It's actually a decent one. Obviously, this is recorded back and the most consistent. This is the end of that, and you can see that we got Moise Kean. Untradeable, obviously, so it's not going to affect our money at all, but it's just something to have. I don't mind him in PSG. When he goes to Everton, he can fuck off. But yeah, moving on. A few seals to free up some spots in the transfer list before we get into the packs. I can see there some of them are bronze. Just 200, 350, 400 coins. It's fine. Bit of profit, can't complain really. Down to our bare minimum of 294 coins. Listed up every single one of our duplicates. And also keep in mind, we have a club absolutely stacked with players from the Turkish League, ready to go back into that league. As it was only duplicates that we did sell on. Players that we didn't have, straight back into the club. Very, very nice. And yeah, 22 packs to open. A lot of them are silver, which is why I'm not going to show every single pack. If there's anything outrageously good, I'll show that. But for the main thing with the silver packs, half of them are tradable, half of them are untradable. All the players, I'll just run through this first pack pretty much on screen while I explain it. I list up every single player for what they're going to the market. We're actually quite lucky in the first one there. We've got a few players that are worth a bit, like Akapo from Cadiz, Kanate from Dijon, even Rue there from Nîmes. Not too bad at all for a first pack. You're not going to get that lucky every time. Actually get these players that will be worth a bit. You normally get just a few, 1 or 2, and the rest will you can list up. That's a pretty good example of what you can get. You'll see a few packs obviously here as I explain this. But yeah, the untradables, I just store everything in my club. I'm not too arsed about getting rid of kits and stuff. I mean, they're untradable. I may as well have them than not have them, you know what I mean? But tradable ones, if they're a good kit, I'll list them up. The few kits that are worth a bit, I'm actually not too sure which ones are and which ones aren't. I just sort of use the eye, like, is that a good one? Is that a championship club even? They're usually worth a bit. Sometimes MLS kits are worth a bit. The New Zealand kit. Just silver kits that look like they'll be worth a bit. Either they look good or they belong to a club that, you know, are pretty big. You'll usually be able to get some coins for them. The contracts in silver packs I actually keep. The rest of it I just get rid of. If it's tradable, obviously. The contracts, there's a reason for that, which we'll get into in the next few episodes when we start another method, which is better when you've got a sort of better chunk of coin. We'll hopefully start getting that going at some point. Same with the gold packs as well when it comes to contracts and stuff. We actually got a decent pack here. We got Brahim Diaz, Juan Jesus, and Pinnock from Brentford, to name a few. The rest of those players are pretty good. But doing this method, your trade pile fills up pretty quickly. As you see here, we've already got things selling and a full trade pile. Back up to 9k already. You can see some of the players have been listing and the prices that they're going for. So you're sort of getting an idea of how much you're getting back from the packs really. And here's just a few examples of the gold packs you get. Obviously, the packs aren't the most special ones, but gold, premium gold packs, a few of the sort of mixed and electrum ones as well. Definitely possibility to get some very good players. Walkouts, icons, team of seasons, anything in the packs. But even at this stage in FIFA, during team of the season, everyone's just buying the rare players and the common players for SBCs. You're going to make a lot of coins just from selling those. A few more seals there just to free up some more space. We're just sort of filling it up, losing space, filling it up, losing space. But yes, most of the packs open pretty much. There's nothing really stand out to show. Obviously, get a few boards and stuff in the untradables because the untradables are usually better packs, which is very good obviously if you're using the players that you save. For example, here in one of the small prime gold players pack, which is untradable, we actually get a decent player here, which is Bonucci, 85 rated, not too bad whatsoever. For Tongan on that pack as well, 83. So if you're aiming to use these as fodder and stuff, it's so effective, you have no idea. And that leads us up to the final pack, which is the 81 plus players pack. We actually get 84 rated, which is Sewell. Some more decent fodder. If we do end up completing SBCs further along the line, just from players that we get untradable, really fun to see if we can aim to make coins and end up crafting a decent player. But we'll have to see. Not sure if we can get the chemistry that way, but it fully depends on how much you do it. But yeah, that's actually where we're going to end off this episode. I hope I explained it okay. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments or send me a tweet on Twitter. That's all in the description. Just at JakeRant8 if you want to find me there. I'm happy to get back to you and clear things up. But yeah, we'll see next episode how much coins we get in from selling those players for our very first run through of the league. And yeah, give us something to look forward to. Thank you all so much for watching. It really does mean the world to me that you enjoy this. If you're new around here, feel free to subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like on it. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. And yeah, that's it from me. Hope you're all going to make some decent coins from this method. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.